around about 60, 70 barrels, $70, hence the 120 dollars a barrel we saw at one point. So the cost to extract the oil has went down through the operator driving the supply chain hard, and the whole supply chain flexing and adapting to that lower price. And that's also an element that's responsible for the recovery here anyway.
Got it. Okay, that's helpful. Okay, and so of the diving companies that you're aware of, are there any? Is it just a very fragmented space, or are there any larger, well-known entities that can operate, on a global basis?
Yeah, there's several, but they don't do. I guess they don't primarily do just this type of specific work. They do a whole range of other things in terms of infrastructure, subsea. But there's companies. There's a couple I've worked for, Harima Marine Contractors, Subsea 7, Technip FMC. They've all got air and saturation diving capacity, so shallow and deep water, and globally. And then there's a few other less known, such as, I guess, over this side anyway, Boskalis. Who else is there right now? Booby Offshore have some capacity in the Gulf as well. So there's probably half a dozen or so major players that are international with shallow and deep water dive capability, I would say, of those I've just mentioned.
Got it. Okay. And I guess how do they differentiate? How do you select a provider, a diving company, to work on your rig?
Yeah.
What's the criteria that you use to select the diving company?
Well, there's a lot of there's a whole process we go through pre-qualification in terms of these subcontractors. So they would have to have a minimum standard, so to speak, in terms of type of equipment, classification, track record of performing such works, safety, good safety record as well, so on and so forth. So we'd go through that whole process of pre-qualification of the selected, 6 or 12 companies, and we'd filter through that process down to a more workable, amount of maybe 2 to 4, and then subsequently, while we're doing that sort of next phase beyond the pre-qual, we'd be looking at the commercial aspects and what they could offer us in terms of, if we were to award, say, the scope for them to carry out this annual activity on a 3-yearly basis, what would the savings look like year on year over that period, and so on. So we'd select under that sort of criteria the preferred operator. There would be supplier. There would be a bunch of prerequisites, if you like, that they would have to even get onto that list to be, even considered in the first place, the first round of pre-qualification. That's where we would probably knock out a few, to be honest, at that stage. So it's quite a lengthy process, but it's worth doing, certainly, if you've got these assets that are going to require this type of work regularly, i.e. annually or 3-5 yearly, whatever. It would be it is a beneficial process to go through. It's worth spending the time on to realise some of that. Yeah, to then subsequently get the best technical solution and also commercial solution.
Right. So is it typical in the industry for the drilling companies to contract for multi-years for like the maintenance part of it, or? Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
it is, and it has been traditionally, but as I've said, in certain areas of this market at the moment, it's been